Girls, you must now discuss which boy you'd like to dump from the island.
I think I know, like, I feel like there's a few people that...
So the girl we have decided to dump from the island is... Charles.
I'm gonna fight till the end.
She must be annoyed, right? Is that it? That's dead, fam. Two major dumpings, guys. I cannot believe Andre's been dumped. I didn't really expect that. Hey guys, it's Murad Murad. Hope you guys are all doing well today. Back at again with another video. If you have not subscribed, click that button, guys. It is daily and consistent content, consistent and persistent, baby, injected. And let's get straight into this review. So we've had a culling, a dumping, 2 people removed. Charlotte, I'm quite irritated by Charlotte being dumped only because I feel like she didn't have enough time in the villa. I feel like Islanders have only been there for like less than a week. We haven't seen their maximum potential. She wasn't afraid to get to know people. But then again, I didn't want Catherine to go. I didn't want Leah to go. So I guess somebody has to go at the end of the damn day. And, you know, Charlotte's been dumped. To just be there for less than a week, haven't made an impact. You know, your socials probably haven't been boosted. It can be frustrating and you feel like you've wasted your time to come onto Love Island. But at least she did it and I'm sure she had a good time. Andre being dumped confused me because, you know, they basically voted for the fact that least compatible. And Andre and Catherine have been together for a while, I believe longer than Leah, Sammy and Jess. Now, yes, you know, there was a rift initially with Catherine just feeling like she was trapped, but the fact that she was dumped, I didn't expect it. Maybe she was on the bottom because they didn't like the fact that she was dumped instead of, that she was stayed, sorry, instead of Ruchi. And perhaps people wanted Ruchi to stay over the fact that Catherine went back to Andre and Ruchi was left on the sidelines. That probably angered a lot of viewers and therefore they wanted to see her in the bottom because her being played by Zach, I thought would have favored her from the viewers. So that has very confused me that she was even in the bottom. I didn't expect that. So for Andre to go doesn't make any sense because they were compatible. They were, you know, together. They had an issue at the beginning. It was early days. And yes, he wasn't the first option for her. It was Zach, let's be real. But you know, she went back to him. There were things going on that we may not have seen, but they clearly were a couple together for the fact that, you know, she's getting emotional and she's crying once he's being dumped, as we've seen. The Tomorrow Night trailer for Sunday looks dead. I'm so sorry. Like, it looks dead, but I'm not mad. We've had a great 2 weeks of Love Island. I'm okay with a dead filler episode here and there because I feel like you can't have a great episode every single day for the entire 2 months. But clearly, they've been giving us that. Mitch going for Jess suddenly out of nowhere makes no sense to me, but it does make sense to me from a producer perspective because I feel like he wants to stay in the competition. He doesn't have anybody else. Molly clearly is not involved with him and therefore he wants to, you know, just maintain his position. I like Mitch in a weird way. I find him controlling, I find him forward, I find him weird. But it's also entertaining to see how sporadic his choices can be and how spontaneous he can be. He is somebody who is entertaining to me. I want to see what he does next. Is he going to try and win back Molly for the 4th time? Is he still going to go for... like, what's going to happen? I don't know. It does look like Sammy and Leah might draw closer together, which means that Leah and her only choice might be to go to Mitch. And I think that she will just do that just to maintain her position in the villa. But yeah, I didn't expect Andre to go home. I feel like his time was way too soon. He is yet another OG to go. It seems that, you know, OGs are flying out this villa quite quickly, whereas in a couple of seasons ago, a lot of OGs were in the finale. But I just feel like, you know, who knows? Last season, a Casimir Islander won with an OG. So who knows what might happen? Who knows? But I just feel like Katie now going into the villa, it's been announced. I don't know when she's coming in. Initially, I was very excited about it and I spoke about it early today. But now the more I think about it, I don't know if I wanted to come into the villa. I just feel like Islanders coming into the villa, you've already been there and have had an impact and are legendary. I feel like have had their chance. You're only going in there to boost your socials. And maybe if you're going in there to cause ruckus, I'm here for it. But I feel like we already have a great cast that causes that ruckus. Why can't they stand on their own? Why do they have to be attached to an old Islander who's already experienced all of this? Why can't we just have new blood for the whole season, you know? I feel like Adam realistically coming in for season 8 kind of ruined the show. Not ruined it, but kind of tampered with it. We didn't need that to happen. He didn't really make a big difference. It wasn't significant. Don't recall anything from it. And it just was very unnecessary. So when I look back at it, it wasn't needed. So when it comes to Katie coming into the season, I don't know if it's needed, but we'll just see what she does, child, whenever she comes in. I think she's probably going to come in before Casa. Like, I don't understand when she's coming in because it's been announced all over the articles, but she's not in the villa yet, or she hasn't ghosted her accounts. So I don't know when she's going to come in, but we'll just see. But I'm here for Mitch and his spontaneity. When it came to the dump in, Molly was very quick to say, talking about Andre and Catherine and how, you know, they're not as compatible. So I don't know, you know, she's very slick with her comments now. She's entertaining to watch, but she's very calculative. Very calculated when it comes to her moves. She knows exactly why she's in the villa. She knows what she has to do there. She was a Love Island fan prior to the show as well. She spoke about Molly May and Tommy. She knows what she needs to do. Everything is a chess move for her. I don't think she is genuinely looking for love in the show. She might find it, but I think her intentions to go into the villa is to, you know, have a bigger social media presence, which I'm sure is what everybody wants. But I think specifically for her, especially people calling her a producer plant, her mother, you know, part of ITV as well. She's already been up, you know, in the villa as an influencer. So, you know, people are definitely questioning her motives, especially when it comes to stuff like this. It reminds me of it. It's just like, why are you like, okay, you don't want to see Zach go home. You said this 25,000 times, but also I would not see Catherine and Andre as the least compatible couple because we haven't seen anything for us to make that decision. They simply have not got enough airtime. Just like we didn't see much of Ruchi. Maybe it's because they're not doing anything, but we've seen them cuddle in bed. So perhaps there's more for Catherine and Andre that we didn't see for the fact that she even got emotional and was crying on the Sunday night. So we don't know. I think something that I have to keep reminding myself when reviewing each season is that there is a lot of editing that does go on. So, you know, and a lot of Islanders do say that when I interview them that this happened and that happened and you just don't think. Sad, Andre left. I felt like, yeah, he's quiet, he's chilled, he's laid back, but I felt like he had something there with Catherine. I felt like, you know, once they were back together again, it's not like either one of them had wandering eyes. Now, yes, Catherine and potentially the new bombshell could have had something. They had conversations and perhaps both of their eyes could have wandered. So maybe Andre going home is a good thing. I don't know. Comment down below, sound off. Let me know your thoughts are when it comes to this review. What are your thoughts with Andre being dumped? Do you think it was the right choice or the wrong choice to make? And what are your thoughts on Charlotte going home as well? And just the entire episode and Jess and Mitch and, you know, what he's trying to do, which I find to be very interesting. Mehdi needs to go home. I'm still on that boat, guys. Mehdi needs to go home. I'm so sorry. I feel like the way he treated Whitney yesterday, I just can't get over it. I feel like a man that does stuff like that is going to repeat it even far worse when you're outside at a restaurant or club or somebody says something to Whitney. You're just going to assume now that she's the big troublemaker and just do the most. And, you know, these very weird microaggressions, which I feel like can only continue to grow when you leave the villa and you're in your own setting, and I just don't see it working between them two because he is quite immature. Subscribe to the channel, click that button, guys. It is daily and consistent content. Click that button, baby, and I'll catch you guys soon for another video. Inject it. Whew. Damn.
Got your breath back?
Bro, the breath is back. Let's do some shisha now.